All right, you're looking at Hartsfield-Jackson, one of the biggest airports in the world right there. A Delta flight took off from there yesterday and was forced to make an emergency landing, all due to a lithium battery. Delta flight 1334 took off from Hartsfield-Jackson for Fort Lauderdale. However, a lithium battery belonging to a passenger ignited inside of a carry-on bag. The flight, with 185 passengers and 6 crew members on board, was forced to make an emergency landing in Fort Myers. Fortunately, there were no injuries reported. This is the latest incident to draw attention to the potential hazards for bringing lithium batteries on flights. Don't want to do that, right? Or make sure they're loose or whatever you have to do to make sure they're safe. Here with us is Emory Professor Rajiv Garg. And Rajiv, welcome back to the show, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we carry phones, tablets, even those little power-up banks with us all the time right here on the surface. What makes a lithium battery so much of a fire risk in midair?
So the lithium batteries they have a very high power density or charge density. So as a result, if there's any damage or short that happens with the battery, they can catch very high temperature fires midair. The issue is more in midair is because they're not kept in the plane side with the air cooling around. For example, like when you're flying, you're either keeping them in the pocket, in the backpack, or in the back of a seat pocket. They're always covered with something that makes the heat not escape or dissipate as easily, so making the chance of fire higher during the flight.
Would this be the same underneath the plane where the bigger luggage is stored? Is that the same concept?
Correct. So, but it's not the check-in. So you're not allowed to check in a battery in the check-in bag, but you have to carry on because in the check-in, if it catches fire, nobody can control it.
Right.
And then you have only 15 minutes, approximately. That's the numbers shared to land the plane. Whereas in the cabin, if there is a fire, somebody sees it, the air crew is trained to control the fire in most cases.
Certainly these devices are charging up faster. We're getting bigger batteries, that kind of thing. Are we moving toward a new area when it comes to airline safety here? Will people just have to hold that maybe while they're sitting in their seats?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, all of the seat back pocket is made with mesh where you put the battery pack in there or the battery in there, and it's not going to cause huge heating problem for those battery packs, etc. That would be a good thing. So, I mean, yes, we are in an era where maybe the aircrafts will start providing some pockets which allow the heat to be, the battery packs to be cooled down when being used on the flight.
You know, what you're saying, it makes a lot of sense. I remember some video of a person carrying their cell phone in their pocket and it catching on fire because of the same thing, right? Not enough air to really cool the battery down. So when it starts to heat up, you say it catches on fire. These incidents happening more on planes, obviously, than any place else. I mean, you think they'll be banned from planes, or is more of the just carrying it so we can see it?
So I think the issue is, like you mentioned, the devices that we're using are becoming much more bigger. They're consuming a lot more power. The battery packs are becoming bigger. The iPad, the phones, they're also becoming more powerful, as a result requiring more batteries over time. In addition, we are buying those charging cables, and I mean, sometimes the cables break, we put a tape on it, we still continue using it. Those are the hazard, because if you have the cable for charging connected to a power bank, that shorts midair, and you don't realize it because it's essentially in your backpack, that is likely to cause fire. So as we go forward, I mean, I think the airlines, I think Southwest Airline has a regulation that the power bank should be in plain sight. It shouldn't be locked up in your overhead bin, so you can't see what is happening with those devices.
So is that the advice you would give to travelers, just to make sure they just hold on to it instead of putting it?
Yeah. I would say keep the power bank in the seat back pocket if you are using it, and keep checking on it regularly that it's not overheating for whatever reason. Make sure the cable that you're using is not damaged or broken or cracked. And if you are not using it, make sure the things are powered up, not like in a safe mode and then there's some power bank that has the extra plugs, the terminals. Maybe it's better to put a tape on it, so in case some wire or some metal just goes in and shorts the connectors as well.
Man, all good stuff today. Professor Garg, really appreciate you joining us, and thanks for the insight.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day.